Because it was funny, and I like funny, and funny enough, even though they had what they did, I never took it as a violent movie.
Betty, you love violent movies.
No, they go for it. But I thought. Okay.
We're back.
Okay, we're back. So now is George.
Oh, my movie. Oh, great. I've seen it twice. I can barely remember.
I should probably say we're back this week.
So my movie, yes. My movie is, I was going to call it the Five Assassins. It's called Bullet Train. It's has a pretty good all-star cast. Brad Pitt, what's the guy's name? Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, yeah.
From Kick-Ass.
Yes, exactly.
And,
yes. With his real British accent.
He's in the running to be the next James Bond. So
jeez.
He also was in Anna Karenina, played Bronsky.
And he's Craven, the new Craven too. for those Marvel fans. And it's got Brian Tyree and Brian Tyree is basically the Bullet Train is Brian Tyree. Brian Tyree and Aaron Taylor Johnson are two assassins, Tangerine and Lemon. They're on this train. Brad Pitt plays another assassin who's on the same bullet train. Hiroyuki Sanada, who we now know from Shogun, the series.
But is that where he's from?
Well, he's in the series now.
Oh, okay.
But he was also in The Oath.
He's in everything.
He's a very famous Japanese actor.
He's been.
I didn't recognize him at all.
Michael Shannon is in there too, and
Joey King.
And Joey King, who plays Prince, the young girl, and it's directed by David Leitch. This movie is based on a Japanese.
So could you say his name again? Because it sounds like it's
If you correct him, I swear I'm going to come over there and watch
or
him.
Leitch?
Oh, Leitch. I say Leitch.
David Leitch.
Leitch. I don't know. Yeah.
So basically, they have all these assassins on this bullet train. They all have different missions, but they're all connected in a way. There's the Brad Pitt who's supposed to retrieve a briefcase. The Lemon and Tangerine, the two guys, Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree, are two assassins who are there to bring back this major kingpin's son, who's bringing back it with, and they have the briefcase. Funny enough, the Brad Pitt is supposed to recover. There's a couple of other assassins who we don't know what's going on with them, and then more assassins keep getting into the train. The story is basically that. Pretty complex, actually. I don't remember now. There's this Japanese organization. They have one guy takes over, and they call him the White Death, who's and he takes over the organization, and now he's the one that kind of set this whole thing up to get these guys on train. I'm sure you guys could describe it a little more. So the movie's funny. The first time I watched it, I was just cracking up the whole time. The second time, I was probably having a few drinks, so I couldn't remember the second time. But it's very violent, very, very brutal, a lot of violence. But a lot of humor too. It's so humorous that even the violence is kind of humorous in a way, like almost like those trauma kind of films, kind of not slapsticky, but just like those almost fake or anyways. Get sidetracked here.
Over the top,
but funny. Like you see those movies that look like movies where they chop the head and they're still walking. There's a funny appearance by what's the character from that dancer guy actor. He has a kind of a small part too. I forget his name.
Dancer? Oh, sure, Bill. Where he's a male stripper.
Yeah.
But he was in a movie.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, he was in a movie with Sandra Bullock too. The Brad Pitt was in too.
Yeah.
So, but it's a light movie, so it has a lot of funny moments, and it has a lot of violence too. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, if you like this type of movie, this is a very well made, mindless action movie. It's just all, hey, people keep killing each other throughout the whole movie. You got to love it. I don't. But I hate to say it. I enjoyed this movie. I saw it twice.
Oh my God.
Okay. So, okay. It's not my genre. It's totally your genre. It's like totally his. Anyways, the great part of it, see, because it's also kind of stupid. Like Brad Pitt is an ex-hitman assassin kind of guy, but he has found this peaceful Zen
Way of being, living, or trying to be.
And don't forget, through therapy.
through his therapy, right? And and he's having a difficulty maintaining this Zen
Tranquility.
tranquility,
And sort of being sort of non-violent too, apparently.
on this train.
Yeah. On his new way of life.
Because this is a really easy, he took the thing, it's really easy. He needs to get on the train in Tokyo, and he needs to get this suitcase and then get off at the next stop. That's it. Well, of course, things don't work out that way. And because we follow kind of him. So in every story, there's a backstory to all these people he's encountering. And then we go back in time and deal with that. So it's actually quite clever, and it's kind of well written, and it's hysterical. Like the two guys,
Lemon and Tangerine.
They're hysterical.
And he was using the train.
The twin brothers.
The twin
twin
brothers.
brothers.
Yeah, the twin brothers. But one's black and one's white. But they actually are brothers. That's kind of funny. Later on, they're like actually really brothers. And then there's this. They're hired by White Death. Something about his son Wolf. They're all assassin people. And then what's the Shogun's guy's name?
Oh, that's Hiroyuki.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
he's the elder. The character's the elder.
yeah.
When he wants to tell Brad Pitt a story, it's even really short. No, I'm fine. Okay, here we go. And he tells him the story. There's little moments like that that are really funny.
Yeah.
Well, he's
So-
the grandfather, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
grandfather,
okay.
the elder, yeah.
Yes. And I mean, actually, the story is horrendous, but the actions are so funny that.
Yeah, the Brad Pitt character, I just remember the Brad Pitt character has good luck. That's one of his things.
Oh, yes.
He just happens to have good luck.
his code name is Ladybug.
But I thought it was butterfly.
Ladybug.
Ladybug. Yeah, and they all have weird names like Wolf, Tangerine, and White Death, and whatever. So, yeah, it's it is good writing, because when you are so political, and there's nothing political about it, but politically incorrect, when you are so doing something that is so societally wrong, right? And you can make it funny and acceptable. That's
acceptable.
good. That's good.
Funny wins every time.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Patty.
Well, you all said everything I was going to say, but I like this movie. I watched it once before when it first came out, but I gotta say, I thought it was a little too long, too many killers. They needed to tighten it up. That's what I felt. But overall, yeah, you should watch it once.
If you're a hitman, you'll love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Hitman humor.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody
This is
said
definitely
everything.
one of those roller coaster movies that literally it's like, okay, yes, you're on it. You have a good time. You're off of it. Oh, good. I had a good time.
That's fun.
It's there's no depth really to the movie, but the thing is, what I did like about it is, at first I thought, oh, there's going to be sort of predictable, and there's not. There are actually some nice, good twists and turns in this movie, because as George mentioned, the plot is so odd. First, because it opens with this guy's son being pushed off the roof of a building. So he is now going to go and avenge his son and find the person who did it.
It is a very young son.
Yeah, oh yeah, his son is like, 6, 8 years
Right.
old. So
Yes.
very, very young child. So not only him, but then his father comes and belittles him for letting harm. You said you basically let your harm come. You let your son come to harm, and family doesn't do that. Then you see, like you said, Tangerine Lemon. Oh, they're there just to recover the white wolf's son and take this ransom money that they were going to pay as well. They have them both in their custody. Brad Pitt's there just to take the money and run. Then you have this mysterious girl who's there.
Yeah,
and
she
you
was
don't
great.
quite understand how. and then there are other people who keep getting on the train, and it's like, okay, now I'm really confused. But the thing is, there's really no confusion because everyone, you see what they're doing. And I think you're right about Brad Pitt basically being the main character because he's the one who can basically attach all the other characters to what's going on this train.
Yeah.
Except for, of course, Lemon and Tangerine, the twins, and this girl, the young girl. So, from what you get, it's like, okay. The person, this David Leitch, sorry, don't know the pronunciation, but he was the one who directed all the action sequences in the John Wick films. They always claimed that he should have gotten co-director for that film, but he was uncredited. But that's why this is how that film, in my opinion, works.
Exactly.
It's all about the fighting in the small spaces and everything. What I did like was the quirkiness of it, though, because it is actually, I think, there's a lot of humor thrown into this. And I guess that's what the novel had. They said it was a humorous black...
It's a black Japanese novel.
But the thing was...
Maria Bitoru.
The girl that's kind of...
she's known as the prince.
The prince.
The prince,
She's got... But the thing is, she's the kind of girl who's like... collects Hello Kitty and, has that kind of stuff.
No. That's what she looks like.
Exactly.
See, that's the funny part.
That's
because
why
she
it's
said,
funny.
this is not a girl, this is a woman.
But
and yet she's dressing like a 13-year-old girl,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she's using that to her complete advantage. But, again, it's just all this interesting stuff going on. And it's kinetic enough that it really does at least move.
It's clever.
It doesn't stagger. And it is sort of over the top and ridiculous. But like I said, there are some parts where I just sort of laugh. I found myself laughing as thinking, that was sort of a clever thing they did. They did it. So I can't just dismiss it as being like, this is just junk. It is sort of what I would call, though, how would I...
Reprehensible.
No, not at all. It's just long words. It's just sheer visceral entertainment that's there, but it's completely forgettable. Like I there's no reason for me to watch this movie again because now I see how all the lines connected. There's nothing in this movie that I said that was outstanding. With the exception, I will say this: I thought all the performers played their roles well.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I said. For what they're doing in this movie, I'm buying everyone, even like the cameos, right? You said like Channing Tatum. I mean, he shows up and I thought, oh, he's going to die soon. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, but he just has these couple little things. It's like, I can't believe even he
Just
decided to do this, right?
Yeah.
Because he's obviously coming off as being really gay. Is this a sexual thing? Something like that.
I like the way the guy walks.
But, I would say, just watch it as long as you have a high tolerance of the violent parts. Because, I usually don't like violence, bloodiness and stuff like this. They really don't linger on it, which is a nice thing. But they also do it with such humor that I can't deny that,
I think
it was entertaining.
This
Like the Kingsman.
This kind of movie is very clever, and you have to give it that. At least I have to give
Like
it
they're
that.
fighting in the quiet train, so they have to be quiet.
Yeah.
Or that
That was
comes
funny.
by, one guy buys water from her, but he has the other guy pay for it who's trying to kill him. It's just little things like that.
See, no, exactly. That's a great example. Or to me, my favorite, of course, right, being the little mascot for these little Japanese anime characters wandering around and constantly getting away, and people are hitting them and everything, and stuff like that. So,
Okay, so that'll be me. Not my genre, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll give it a 7.
yeah.
Because it was funny, and I like funny, and funny enough, even though they had what they did, I never took it as a violent movie.
Patty, you love violent movies.
No,
Go for it.
But I thought it was so clever. I give it an 8.
Bring the kids.
I give this a
You
5.
really could. It was funny, even though the humor
for
was
5,
kind of
yeah.
sophisticated.
What do you give
I
it?
give it, the first time I saw it, I thought it was a 10. It was so funny, but the second time I'll bring it down to about a 7.
Oh, I forgot to mention, though, I did like the fact that Michael Shannon showed up to play this White Death, the Russian crime lord.
Right.
That sort of surprised me, too. That was another thing I thought. He was very good playing that role.
Or his handler too. That was like the The end.
Yeah.
No, but Brad Pitt's handler.
Oh, right.
At the end,
Oh,
she
shit.
Yeah, that was another thing because I was like, "Who's that voice?"
It's
I
also
recognize the voice. I
familiar.
could not place it.
Don't
Who
give
was it?
away.
Right,
Don't
right.
give away who it is.
No. I just said the voice. It's like,
Yeah, the
wow.
voice.
Okay, Sue.
So,
Okay, so
we'll be back.
yeah.
What
We'll
he
be back
said.
next week.